We're here at the big one at Stoneleigh, and we're on one of the most important stands of the whole weekend. This is the Anglers National Line Recycling Scheme, and I'm here with Viv Shears to find out a bit more about it. Now, Viv, tell us about the scale of the problem that you're tackling in the first place.
Well, as anglers, we all re-spool line, Tom, and we did a survey last year. We've got about 1,000 anglers to reply, and we worked out that roughly we would be using in the UK anywhere between 600,000 kilometres of mono up to 1.25 million kilometres of mono. So that's enough to get from the moon, from here to the moon, back into the moon again.
Wow.
Mental.
And it's
and that's a problem.
all going to landfill before things like this?
Historically, yes. And we speak to a lot of anglers here, and what they end up doing is putting in their recycling bin thinking it's going to be recycled. Unfortunately, local councils don't do that. So even though the anglers are doing the right thing, it ends up in landfill, and £60 mono can take 600 years to break down. So that's 15 generations of your family. So it's a scary problem, and we look at roughly about 100 to 175 tonnes of fishing line that the UK alone gets rid of every year.
So what's the solution that your scheme has come up with?
Well, the scheme, it's pretty simple really. What we're asking anglers to do is take their line into tackle shops. We've got a network of shops, about 225 shops around the UK that signed up in the last year. They can drop the line into bins with the stickers on, and then the shops will send it back to us, and then we get it recycled. So yeah, along with the shops, there's various fisheries like Linear Fisheries, Oxfordshire. They've just collected 34,000 metres in the last 6 months and sent that back to us for recycling, and that's their anglers bringing it in when they're on the fishery. So we've got about 50 fisheries around the UK as well signed up, and that number's growing every week. So it's great. It's about getting people into tackle shops and getting them and when they're fishing.
And how much line have you collected?
We've been going just over a year now. On our first birthday week, we'd just broken over 2 million metres. So great start for us first year, and that's building up. Since the big one at Farnborough, we had a massive day there. We collected 134,000 metres in 2 days, staggering amount. And since then, we've collected another 174,000 metres. So we're over 300,000 metres in the last month. So the scheme's ramping up really quite quickly. So.
And what can you do with that line once it's recycled?
What we're looking at doing at the moment, we're working with a gentleman called Steve Carey, who's a carp angler, but his main business, the Maltings Organic, is recycling. So what we're doing, we can now take fly lines, braid and fly backing as well, mono, and also we can start recycling the spools that all that line comes on. So it's not just like fishing line now, the scheme's growing at such a rate. So what we do, we grind up and we'll make it into boards and stuff like that for, you can build refugees for sort of shelters and stuff like that out of it, flooring, construction boards around building sites. But ultimately, and we hope to have, maybe this time next year when we're at Stoneleigh, is an angling product. So we're looking at doing something with sunglasses, so Polaroids. We all wear them as anglers, so hopefully you might be able to put some fishing line on your nose and go fishing and catch more fish using recycled glasses.
Perfect, and it seems that the angling community have got behind it.
Massively. The reaction at all the shows this year has been fantastic. If people don't know about the scheme, when they look at the banner here, and the stand's done us a huge amount of good in terms of making people look. As soon as we explain it to them, like they're on it, and it's interesting over the winter the number of people that come to the shows and at the start of the year didn't know about the scheme, but all of a sudden 30% of anglers that we speak to at the shows are going, oh yeah, I've seen it and I'm starting to recycle. So it's just about creating that change with anything with a recycle. It's going to take a few years, but we all recycle at home now without even thinking about it. So in 5 years' time as anglers, hopefully we'll be doing exactly the same. And there won't be a bit of line going into landfill or incinerated, and the fisheries as well, when they do work parties, they can collect the line from the snags and stuff like that and get that recycled as well. So as anglers, we can just get that a little bit greener.
Brilliant. Well, it's a win-win situation as far as we can tell. This is a not-for-profit organisation as well. So if there's a local bin in your local tackle shop or a fishery that you visit, then it makes sense. It's an absolute no-brainer. Go and take your old line, put it in one of these bins, and it will be recycled into new products.